Go to a break, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all.
Don't leave. It is radio on BExposedRadio.com.
Yes.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher, so I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Got my comedian Pandora's, got my Bill Burr. I'm all sorts. So I get all kinds of comedian that come through my airwaves. And this one in particular, Chad Daniels, hilarious. He has this one joke where he talks about the things that he did, about how he messes with his son. Mm-hmm. And one of the things he did was he bought the the picture frames. Mm-hmm. He'd buy picture frames, and he would leave.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, people. We back.
We are back on It Is What It Is Radio on BeExposedRadio.com. And we have awesome guests here with us today. We have comedian, artist, mentor, well-rounded. We're well-rounded up in here.
Yeah.
Help out the future, keep them laughing, and we can pay them. So, it can't get no better than that.
That's what I'm talking about.
He was just telling us that he...
You are now tuned into Just a Bit Outside with Kescia,
James,
and Mark.
Talking sports, Baltimore and beyond. Stay tuned.
Hey, what's goody? It is Just a Bit Outside sports radio show. I am your host, Kescia, and to my right, I have James.
What's up, everybody?
And as always, across from me, the man with the master plan. Got Mark in the building.
Good evening. I am not a crook.
All right. So, on the menu, we got a lot of great topics. We're gonna talk basketball. Mm-hmm. We're going to readdress the MVP race.
Oh yeah.
With all of the recent developments at the end of the first round.
Right. Things happening.
Yeah, a little bit of choke, a little bit of heroics.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about baseball. You know, of course, we're not going to neglect baseball. We're going to give our opinions on our predictions for National League MVP.
Yep.
Right, guys?
Yep.
Okay, and also we got some MMA talk and some wrestling talk. I mean, we got Cormier and Jones.
John Jones rematch coming back. I've had a few people come up to me actually in the street wondering where we're going to come back to this Mayweather-McGregor fight talk. So we're going to get into that too.
There's been some news.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, you know, we are not going to neglect one of the biggest events in the state of Maryland and the city of Baltimore, the 142nd Preakness Stakes. So, you know, we got a nice show lined up for you guys. You guys ready to get it in?
Yeah.
If not, we got to be ready.
Word. So on this weekend we had Mother's Day. As everybody knows, shout out to all the mothers out there.
Yeah, shout out to the moms and the baby mamas.
And the other mothers.
And the other mothers and the mamas and the baby mamas.
Mark, what'd you get into this weekend?
Let's see. Friday was my son's 8th birthday.
Nice.
Nice.
So
happy birthday, bub.
Reese.
Happy birthday, Reese.
Yeah.
Right. So went over there Friday night, kind of hung out and did a little birthday stuff. Saturday his mom worked, so he was with me all day. And then Sunday I took him back home, and White Marsh Mall had a carnival going on.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So we went there, kind of birthday weekend celebration, Mother's Day. So we went there and had a good time. And I know we've all heard of those fidget spinner things.
Yeah,
right.
He's 8, so he's obsessed with them. He's been wanting one, and they have like the carnival games there at the carnival, and they have the thing where they pick the duck, and if you the points add up to a certain one, you get certain levels of prizes. Well, he did that earlier, like when we first got there, and got some cheap little toy. I mean, it's carnival, it's all cheap. And then we like go around, they do some rides, and we're getting ready to leave, and his mom says, "You want to do one more game?" Okay, so he goes over the ducks, and he's very careful, picks certain ones, and the lady flips him over, and like, I mean, it's a carnival, they want stuff to go their way, so they have to lower numbers. But he picked the right ones, and he got to the large gift level, and he's like, "I want a fidget spinner." Wow. And when he realized like he got that, he started screaming.
Yeah,
the most excited you've ever seen. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I got a fidget spinner! I got a fidget spinner!
Right.
And like people were looking at us, and the lady working at the carnival booth, she's like, "Oh my god, someone's happy today."
Yeah.
So
nice.
That's cool.
Kid Go walks away happy.
That's really cool.
He got to spend some time with his mom, and we all spent time together. So yeah, it was a good day.
It's like something new catches on with the kids every year. I didn't expect those to catch on with kids like they did.
Oh yeah.
What the hell are they?
It's just a little spinner thing, and it's supposed to like hold your concentration. It's for people whose mind wanders, or some people just fidget. Like me thinking, I fidget. They sell little box things. Have you seen one of those?
Yeah.
The little boxes with it's like something different on each side.
They were created for people with ADHD.
Right,
and,
right.
Like it has a little bearing in it, and you spin it, and it just spins, and it keeps on going.
Right. Some of them glow in the dark. Some of them change colors.
And you go on YouTube, there's people that like customize their own. It's ridiculous.
Right. People spinning them on their heads.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I saw a Baltimore zombie with one walking down the street the other day. We know those Baltimore zombies. I was like, how the hell did he go? Come on. Boom.
They never drop their drinks, so they won't drop their fidget spinner.
Right.
Oh gosh. Okay.
What did we do on Mother's Day, Keish?
We went. We hung out with the fam. Shout out to our moms also. We went to Pimlico
Racetrack
Saturday for like a luncheon that was very nice.
Really nice, really cool. Crab cakes galore. It was a buffet, so it was open from 11 to 5. Mark.
Damn.
So I had 3 dinner plates. I had 3 plates, and I had 2 dessert plates. So I definitely ate my fill. They were looking at me like, "Come on, dude."
Yeah, they had all you eat crab cakes. So
crab cakes, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. It was like, what's that stuff that you eat? Brussels sprouts, the healthy shit.
You don't eat Brussels sprouts?
Hey man,
Brussels sprout salad. It was bacon in it though.
Yeah.
But it was good. This is good stuff. Prime rib.
Damn.
Yeah, really cool, man. Saw some people that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Hooked up with some old friends that day. And, of course, saw a bunch of horse races. So that was cool. Betting on the horses. It was a runaway horse. You want to talk about that one?
Yo, okay. So it was kind of like a little rainy, a little muddy.
It was
out
muddy,
there on Saturday. And there was this one race where the what was the name of the
What
horse?
was his name? Smoke something.
the Hunt.
Smoke the Hunt. And he was
the
gray.
horse's name was Smoke the Hunt, and he was the last horse to come out.
So you knew by a
Something was
mile.
wrong.
So you knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
And his handler was this short Hispanic dude that was like twice the size of everybody else. And it was like they were struggling back there. Something dark happened back there.
So the jockey gets on the horse. The jockey's not even on the horse for like 30 seconds. The horse threw the jockey off and then just took off in the opposite direction. Ran around the whole entire track.
Did 2 laps around Pimlico Racetrack.
Yes.
The wrong way.
No. The
And
right
by himself.
way. The right way, but started at the finish line.
Yeah, started the finish line and went all the way
And went around, and the second time he came around, everybody's cheering, yeah, and it went around again. And then the security horses and everything, they went the opposite way to catch him. And then you saw him coming back, and it was a lady that actually caught him on some cowboy stuff, man.
Yeah,
it was crazy. It was wild. That was wild. I've never seen that before.
It was wild.
You can pull out your phone and start taking video.
I wish I wasn't fast
so
enough.
fast. Everybody was just like in amazement. It was crazy. Hey,
Right.
early quick shout out. What's up, Blaze? I see you, baby.
Yeah, old college buddy. What's up, Johnny?
All right, y'all. Let's get into some sports. So we had a lot of things going on.
Mother's
over
Day, Major
the
League
weekend.
Baseball, pink bats, pink outfits.
Yeah. They certainly did the mothers good. They don't show them justice. Like Jimmy said, the pink bats, cleats, all types of pink highlights in the major leagues. The Orioles were swept by the Kansas City Royals.
Wah, wah.
The Kansas City Royals. Thank you, Eric. Kansas City Royals is they are like one of the worst teams in the Major League
Baseball
right now. Yeah, so that was a little tough.
Yeah, so the Orioles no longer
For the home
have
team.
the top record. It belongs to the Washington Nationals now.
Yeah, so that was tough. So hopefully they'll get back on track with the next series. Maryland, we got some local sports, collegiate to report. The Maryland lacrosse. Let's shout out the Maryland lacrosse team. They are in the NCAA tournament, and they defeated Bryant 13-10 in the first round, which means they now move on to the quarterfinals. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
The quarterfinals is, I believe, this Saturday against number 8 Albany.
Albany, right?
Yep,
right.
at the University of Delaware. So if you're a big, lacrosse fan, you should definitely check out the Maryland game, man.
2:30 on ESPN2 on Sunday.
That's gonna be pretty cool.
So I love how lacrosse isn't, being a home person, a home guy, traditionally teams like Maryland and especially Johns Hopkins, that's the reason why Johns Hopkins is Division I, because of their lacrosse team.
Yep.
They've always done well, and the fact that they were put out so early this year in the tournament is kind of a testament to how the game of lacrosse is spreading. And I'm actually kind of proud of that you're seeing teams from Denver, the Air Force, Monmouth, and like Maryland is playing Albany, a New York team. So it's pretty cool to see the game of lacrosse being spread like that. Let's see how far west we can get. But there is a team from Denver there. Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned Air Force; they're also in Colorado.
Right.
Right. I was thinking West Point, but yeah, Air Force is in Colorado too.
I have family that's lived in Colorado, and my nephew, he had joined up lacrosse when he was in high school. It's really big out there. Like it's like the island in the ocean of the West that has lacrosse.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
it's good to know, man. It's really cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we got a quick update. We have the NBA playoffs, the Wizards and the Celtics tonight.
This is Game 7. This is for all the
7.
marbles, baby.
All the marbles in Boston. Yeah. Game just started, actually, so Celtics are up 2-0.
Mark's got it
Mark
streaming
actually
on his
has
phone.
the live feed on playing right now.
We might be a little bit distracted tonight.
Right. So, we're actually pulling for our boys, the Wizards. Celtics just scored another point. But John Wall, surprise MVP candidate. We kind of mentioned it a few weeks ago on the show. And it's great seeing him getting some recognition from Charles Barkley, people like that who are outside of the area who are actually taking notice. He had the game-winning shot. The last game, jumped up on the table, got the crowd involved, surprised the hell out of Bradley Beal. But John Wall, what do you guys think about that? I mean, we're probably going to get into that a little later.
Yeah, let's table that conversation until a little bit later.
Okay, great.
Let's switch gears a little bit and get into some baseball talk.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You know, as we like to do every week, we like to kind of do our who's hot, who's not for the past week and baseball. So, Mark, you wanna start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and as Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that national series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm gonna talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You
Padres
just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a -65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that then
your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like -65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
Then the pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. He's 0-4 with a 6.05 ERA. In May alone, he already has 12 earned runs in May. And, another one of their pitchers, Clayton Richard, he's 2-4 with a 4.34 ERA. And, in May, he has 6 earned runs and 12 innings pitched. So they're not pitching well. And on top of that, they're also not batting well.
Right. But it kind of sucks because Manuel Margot is doing pretty good. His the past few at bats, his last 20 at bats, he's actually been on base 20 times. So his on base percentage is 1,000 right now.
Yeah, but as a team, their average is 2.22.
Wow. Yeah, so that's really bad.
And that's 29th in the major leagues. And, also to go along with that, their on-base percentage, they're only getting on base about 28% of the time, which is also 29th in the major league. So, this is just like a recipe for disaster. They have really no... There might be that one silver lining that James just mentioned here, but, they're not getting it done.
As a team.
Right. Like, there's no one big hole there. There's just like problems everywhere. There's starting to be some debate in their own city, of course. I mean, we don't talk about it here, but on whether they're tanking games, purposefully or not, and I mean,
try to get an Aaron Judge.
I guess, you know what I mean, and that just, which is kind of surprising to me because if you follow baseball. Even if you follow baseball a little bit, San Diego Padres aren't known for that. They're usually, known for being involved in trades, having people that other people are interested in. I believe we didn't we get a pitcher from them last year? I believe that
think so.
I forget what the guy's
I'll pull it
name
up.
was. We did, but we got a picture from last year. I mean, he didn't pan out, but you know, that's surprising. And whenever you start talks like that, I mean, your organization just isn't in a good spot. So we both agree on saying that's your
Andrew Kashner.
Yep. That's exactly what it was. Yep,
Mhm.
the guy from San Diego Padres. I know my stuff.
Not that it affects their on-field play, but just to add a little bit of salt in the wound. There's a show on Fox, Pitch. Padres' name was all over it because the main or the cast, they were all members of the Padres team. That show got canceled last week. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was about the first female major league player.
Really?
It was pretty cool. It was a
Yeah.
good show. I've watched like the 8 episodes or whatever they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to check that out.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Nice. So we're both in agreement on that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
What about who's hot? Let's talk about who's doing well. Anybody got any?
Well, I hate to always be a homer, and we kind of mentioned the Nationals a couple of weeks ago, but the Nationals right now, with the Orioles being swept, the Nationals have the best record in the league right now.
That's fair.
And Bryce Harper, Ryan Zimmerman, who we're probably going to get into a little bit later, but they're just tearing it up right now.
Cool. What about you, Mark?
For who's hot, I have the Astros.
Nice.
26-12. They're 11 of the last 14. Josh Riddick is batting .297. Their left fielder, Merkin Gonzalez, 23 RBIs. Dallas Keuchel leads the pitchers with a 1.69 ERA.
He's one of my favorites right now. I love it.
I think they're playing the Marlins tonight. Not sure.
Well, I know for sure that they just beat the brakes off the Yankees in the weekend series and on Derek G today. Yeah, shots fired.
They're
That's
also
what we do.
7-3 in their last 10 games. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. Keuchel also has 6 wins. Ken Giles has 10 saves. And I mean, their pitching's on point. Their batting's on point. So that's who's hot for me.
Okay. I'm going to take it to the other side of Texas.
Okay.
And what?
I was just gonna say, quick mention: the Cardinals are 8-2 in their last 10.
Yeah. I talked about the Cardinals last week, but I'm gonna go to another little side of Texas. I want to talk about the Texas Rangers.
Okay.
They've won 7 of their last 10. They're second place in the AL West. They are 7 games behind Houston.
Right.
But they're on a 6-game win streak. They're trying to get back in it. Their batting has been completely awesome. During this 6-game streak, they've scored 37 runs. 21 of those runs have been scored in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings.
Wow.
Which means they have the ability to come from behind. Okay?
Just crunch time.
Yeah. And, and they had 4 wins. 4 of those wins were come from behind wins during that 6-game win streak. And they had 2 walk-offs during that time. And their pitching is also holding up as well. The pitching core is led by A.J. Griffin, who is 4-0 with an ERA of 1.38 in his last 4 starts. Yu Darvish has come back to life. He kind of had he dealt with some injuries last season, but he's back to feeling good right now. He's 3-2. His ERA is 2.96. He has 52 strikeouts and 51 innings. So, I mean, he's getting his little heat rock together. And, the bullpen as a whole, they've been holding together pretty well. They've only allowed 3 runs during this 6-game win streak. So, man, they're getting the job done. And not only that, they are winning at home. They've won their last 5 at home, improving their record to 13-8. They only have one small weakness that I see, and that is they don't hit well against lefties. I think their team average against lefties is 138, and that might be if not the worst, it's pretty close to the worst in the major league. So if they can figure out that one aspect, get their bats on some lefties, I think they can really climb back into that race.
Another AL East, kind of rival here. A team that you were pulling for, the Blue Jays, they've gone up 8 spots in the power rankings, and they're actually on a 5-game winning streak right now.
Almost 500.
Yeah.
right.
So, I don't know. My
they're
World
still in
Series,
last place, but
but my World Series picks might come into fruition. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's hope not.
Oh man! All right. So we wrapped up the who's hot, who's not.
All
right. Cool. Let's keep it moving. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit. Last week, guys, we gave our kind of like we're calling our way early MVP picks for the American League. I'd like for us to jump on the other side to the National League and kind of talk about who our way early picks are for MVP of the NL. James, what do you got?
For me, we were talking about Bryce Harper a few weeks ago. I'm going to go with Ryan Wallace Zimmerman right now. He's doing a little better, slightly better than Harper. He's 1 point higher in batting average. He's leading the Major League Baseball in batting average and RBIs. He's batting .385, 13 home runs. So he's actually tied with Eric Thames and 1 behind Aaron Judge. Leading the major leagues in batting average, leading major leagues in RBI, second place by 1 home run in home runs. So that's my vote right now, Ryan Zimmerman.
All right, let's hold that thought because we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue this discussion on our way early picks of NL MVP. So you guys don't go anywhere. We're also going to talk about some horse racing. We're going to giddy up with y'all. Don't go nowhere. Peace.
Right.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
Listen to Elizabeth Warren talking about Black lives and Black life.
Police are not occupying armies. This is America, not a war zone. I speak today with full knowledge that I have not personally experienced and can never truly understand the fear, the oppression, and the pain that confronts African Americans every day.
Don't you just want to kill yourself? I mean, not from what she was saying, but from the music that was playing in the background. I just want to, gosh, but every word she said was prolific, and it did not come from what is now becoming mainstream as white privilege. She has a sensibility about her, and the way she speaks about different things that has, from the first time I saw her, I can't remember what state she's in. I think she's in like North Carolina or something like that, somewhere I'm not going. That some kind of sensibility about her that makes me like her for president. But she's not running. We have this old guy that looks like he should be on the popcorn box. Then we have Martin O'Malley. Fine. We'll settle if we must. Hillary, who I like, but she just has to fight against all this controversy, and that's the hard part of it all. Then we have Huckabee. I could have swore he died, like in one of those books, like a fairy tale book. Trump, we'll get to you in a moment. Meet with all these black folk in one room, and they just fell for it. Like, he must have been giving out $100 bills behind that.
Check out the Talk Lately show every Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy, busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait, Mom, what?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Free stuff for you just for listening to this station. Yo, we got your attention? Here's how it works. You click on the radio loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for cool stuff in the radio loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple. Free stuff just for doing what you already do. Radio loyalty. Click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, thanks for joining us on Just a Bit Outside. We definitely appreciate having you here every Monday night, and yeah, thanks.
So don't forget, everybody, 3 ways to connect with us. Facebook as we go live. Follow Kescia, Mark, or myself. We also have a page, Just a Bit Outside. Number 2, YouTube. We have a YouTube channel for Be Exposed Radio. The show, of course, Just a Bit Outside. Number 3, BeExposedRadio.com. And then locate our show, Just a Bit Outside. We're going to give a couple quick shout outs right now. Nicole Gibson, because thanks a lot. Mike Randall, old school, grew up right next to each other, homeboy.
Mike Ice,
Campfield, baby. My man Devin, and Johnny Battle, Johnny Blaze, man. Big bro Devin, man. Always supporting every week. Thanks a lot, Devin Street.
I think Mark has some updates for us.
Yeah, Orioles are off tonight, so tomorrow they'll be taking on Detroit. Right now we have the Game 7 NBA. The Celtics are up 24-17 on the Wiz.
Oh, man, that's not good. But it's only 7 points. It sounds horrible, but it's only 7 points.
They did go on a 26-0 run in the third quarter. One game.
But that was at home, I believe. We were beating them by 16.
Well, thanks, James.
And this series, the home team is 6-0.
Yeah.
So the home team is due for a loss. Then that's the way I see it.
I think
Seriously.
the entire season between the two of them, the home team is actually 10-0.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, so they're due for a loss. Wizards will win tonight. You heard it here first. They will win tonight.
We believe in breaking streaks.
I'm sticking to my Celtics pick. Sorry.
God.
Oh, Mark. Ow. He's gonna go with the midget.
All right. Well, we'll talk more about NBA later on in the show. I want to get back to this early pick MVP for National League.
Right.
When we left off, James was
talking about Ryan Zimmerman. Yep.
Right, and rightfully so, and rightfully earned. Mark, I think you were saying you were in agreement with James.
Yeah, Zimmerman's my pick as well. With all the stats that James threw out, his batting average is 385. What's ridiculous is that's actually lower than last week when it was 435.
Wow.
The dude has just this massive bat, and I would not be surprised if he stays over 300 for the rest of the season.
With these outfielders making these crazy plays throughout the year, I mean, the center fielder is your highlight guy. Your second baseman and your shortstop, they're your highlight guys on the infield. He plays first base, which is pretty difficult to get a lot of attention on defensively.
Yeah. Right.
But he's tearing it up right now as far as the bat goes.
Definitely.
And it's so funny that you guys picked the first baseman because I picked the first baseman as well.
Oh, wow.
I went with Eric Thames of the Milwaukee Brewers.
The Brewers, Eric Thames.
Yes.
He was leading the league in home runs. Now he's tied with Ryan Zimmerman, actually, with 13.
Yeah. I mean, this guy, he's just crushing the numbers and crushing the rankings. As James just said, but he has 13 home runs. His batting average is .315. He has an on-base percentage of like 43%. And, I mean, just last week, he had 20 at-bats, right? Out of those 20 at-bats, he's had 7 hits and 2 home runs. I mean, this guy is just like a offensive machine. He is leading the National League in home runs, tied for second in the league, as James said, with Zimmerman. He's also second in the National League with runs with 37, and his on-base slugging percentage. And for our folks that don't know, the on-base slugging percentage is the ability of a player to get on base and hit for power.
Both. This is two things combined now. We're in the age of stats.
Right.
You know, we're in the age of metrics.
So, to give you kind of like a gauge as to what is good and what is bad, I would say anything over about 800, 850 is pretty good.
It's damn good, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my man is at 1.128. So we're talking about.
So he's expected to get on base every time he's up.
Yeah,
one way or
that's
another.
Just like, over 100%. Like,
right. And the reason that's factored in is because that actually includes walks. When you walk, statistically, it counts as it doesn't count as an at bat. So.
And I mean, this guy also too is just it's also like a feel good story.
Great story.
Another reason why I like this guy.
Right.
He's been in Korea the past 3 years.
Right. The Venezuelan Winter League.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And he said, and prior to him going to Korea, he wasn't a good offensive player.
Right.
He went through struggling to hit the ball. Basically,
right.
And he said while he was over there with Korea, and I guess with different countries come different type of styles, different pitching. It just, I guess it was just a breath of fresh air, a change of scenery. He said it taught him a whole lot about being disciplined at the plate and how to really become a great hitter. So, he spent his 3 years over there. He came back. He's kicking ass this year.
Right.
And, when he was being shopped around and everything, one of the things that, and this is another reason why I like this guy, one of the things that attracted him to the Milwaukee Brewers and made him excited to come play there was that they have great beer.
Beer. He likes the beer, huh? Hey, I already like the dude.
I love him. I'm
I
in
already
love
like
with
the
him.
dude.
Eric Thames, I love you.
Eric Thames. He also is the first player in Korean Baseball League to ever hit for the cycle twice in one season.
Awesome. Wow.
So
That's a good stat, man.
Hey, man, thanks.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to the pro level, everybody has the skill. It's about the mentality, man.
Yeah.
And he just went there and he got his confidence together. It may have been a few things in his mechanics that he needed to learn, but it was about that confidence. And now he brought that confidence back and he's just tearing it up. This is his first year back in America in the Major League Baseball since he left a couple of years ago.
And baseball in particular is very superstitious. And
Yes.
You know, if you don't have that that momentum behind you, you can really get derailed. I mean, above any other sport, I think baseball has that issue. Not that it's an issue, just that that's a part of the game.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
He also has a Golden Glove in Korea, so that shows that he's a pretty well-rounded player.
All right. Well, I guess that rounds up our NL MVP talk. Next week, guys, I would like for us to try to delve into a little bit of who we think will go for the AL Cy Young. So we're going to get our pitching knowledge up for next week. So we'll have that on deck for you guys. I can't do this segment, excuse me, without talking about the biggest event of the baseball weekend, which was Derek Jeter Day. You know, now I know he played for the for those who did not know, he played for the New York Yankees, and
the Stankies.
Even though he plays for the Yankees, and even though that is like our biggest rival, you know, you cannot hate on.
You got to give
Derek
him credit.
Jeter. Right. I mean, Derek Jeter is, you know, loved across the board. You know, if you're a fan of baseball, then you got to at least give your respect to Derek Jeter. So we had Derek Jeter Day, guys.
Yeah. You want me to give a couple little stats for Derek Jeter really quick?
Okay, go ahead.
14 All-Star selections, 5 Gold Glove awards, which goes to the best fielder and per position, 5 Silver Slugger awards, which goes to the best batter in each position, 2 Hank Aaron awards, which is that's the best hitter in the National League and the best hitter in the American League. So only one player in each league gets that. And a Roberto Clemente Award, which is sportsmanship and community involvement.
Yes.
So
awesome.
Not only a great baseball player, but a pretty good person.
Yeah, and in a generation that is almost defined by steroid scandals and players always going down.
Right.
He's one of the cleanest players.
And, you know, all of those years in New York, he was able to stay away from scandal in New York, which says a lot.
How many players on those Yankee teams had their names brought up in those scandals?
Ooh,
right.
Yeah. His best friend, the pitcher.
Roger Clemens.
Yeah, Clemens.
Yep.
Man. I mean, that drove a wedge between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just real stand-up guy.
Yeah. Enough good can't be said about him, even though he played for the Evil Empire.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of the Evil Empire, like James just gave out, just gave you guys a lot of stats across what he did in the major leagues. But I'm just going to give you a little taste of what he did for the Yankees during his career. Now, I mean, he is the Yankees' career leader in hits, games played, at bats.
Like 3,500 hits, something close to that.
Doubles and stolen bases. So, you know, he also won 5 World Series with the New York Yankees.
Yeah, and he was the captain for about 12 years, 12 seasons.
Yes. So, you know, I mean, he really, you know, gave his all to the city of New York, and, you know, they loved him back for it. I mean, they gave him a 14-karat white gold ring that listed all of his accomplishments on it. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. But you guys don't go anywhere. We're going to talk some more Major League Baseball, and we're also going to get into that Preakness. So, don't go anywhere. We're going to pay some bills. Be right back. Just a bit outside. One time.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
What does hustle hard mean to you? What does that signify in your life?
That's a lifestyle for me. You know what I mean? Like, true story. I was born into a family in a community of hustlers. Now let's get focused right quick, because when people hear the word hustler, they confuse it with con artist or something negative. So they like to call people entrepreneurs, right? But the definition, and I'm paraphrasing, but the definition of hustle is forced movement or to be hurried, right? But we're not talking about just pushing other people. Sometimes you got to push yourself, and that what makes you a hustler. True story. So the thing about it is, like, when it comes to hustling, listen, quick story. I used to go buy juleps a lot, right? And my grandmother used to make me clean the yard, shovel snow, do things like that to go get a julep. But one day she was like, look, you putting all your money in someone else's pocket.
Word.
Save those quarters, and I can teach you how to make a formula, and you can sell your own juleps. You understand? So the next couple weeks, I saved my money.
Always a hustler.
Listen,
got to love
hey, but think
everybody
about
got
this.
a grandma story like that.
Grandmothers are the natural hustlers because they were the ones who maintained and sustained our families through epidemics. You're talking Big Mama went through slavery and held it. You're talking Big Mama went through the Depression and held it. Big Mama went through crack and held it and still maintains it today. So if you don't think you come from a hustler, then you don't know where you come from. You understand?
That's so real.
I began to sell juleps, and ever since then, I capture a hustle. And a hustle is not a swindle. It's not a sneaky thing. It's up front. You're providing a need. You understand? So you're the bridge. If you're a true hustler, you're trying to be the bridge. If somebody's on one side and they need to get the other, you're trying to be the bridge, fill in the gap. So hustling is a lifestyle. It's not something you can do 10 minutes out the day. It has to be something you live.
Word.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back, you guys. Really quick, we're going to do some shout-outs. What's up, Luke? What's up, Sally? Mercy High, class of 97. See you. Hey, Jana, what's up, baby? We're going to have you back real soon. Real soon. When we left off, we were talking about the Derek Jeter Day yesterday, and we could go on and on. We could go on all night about his accomplishments and how awesome a person that he is, but just a few more minutes on the ceremony yesterday. They had a very nice pregame ceremony for Derek. A lot of his former teammates and coaches were in attendance.
His mom, his sister,
A-Rod, Mariano, Joe Torre, I believe Reggie Jackson.
I'm not sure.
I think Reggie Jackson might have been there.
I do know now, with them retiring number 2, every single digit on the Yankees is now retired.
Yeah, I think number 0 might be available, but they're not.
From 1 to 9.
Yeah, they're not letting that one out or something like that, something crazy. But yeah, so every number has just been taken and can no longer be used.
Yep, Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, of course, Joe Torre. Names like that.
Right. So, congratulations to Derek Jeter. That was really awesome and really nice to see yesterday. So, let's go from something good to something crazy.
That's also
off
New York.
The chain.
That is also New York, right?
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
He brought some darkness, didn't he?
Matt Harvey. And this is like the other team. This is the other team that I predicted for the World Series. It's like,
you need to stop predicting teams for the World Series.
So let's just try to give everybody the quick gist of what's been going on with Matt Harvey. He went out. He had a lot of fun. Drank a lot. Probably did some other things.
You want to kind of go into history of why?
All right.
So let's gossip a little bit. Let's gossip
All right,
some.
let's do it.
So he's been like the boy toy of Adriana Lima, that Brazilian supermodel with the blue eyes. Yeah, Adriana Lima. He saw her making out with Julian Edelman at the Met Gala, which tore his head up. And apparently made him realize that he wasn't as high on her ladder as he thought he was. He goes out that night, gets absolutely trashed. Earlier in the day, he went and played golf to try to clear his mind. And, of course, I guess golf and drinking go hand in hand. But then drinking and sadness go even better hand in hand. So he kept drinking, woke up the next day with a hangover and just said, forget it, I'm not going to go play.
Originally, didn't he claim it was a migraine, though?
Yeah, he tried to say it was a migraine. Tried to say it was a migraine, but of course, those New York writers, man, they're going to get down to the nitty gritty, and they will bring the truth out.
Matt, find out whoever in your camp let that shit out.
Right.
Honestly, because somebody let that out on you, dog.
Right, make
it should have been left as a migraine. It should have been left as a migraine. We shouldn't have known about Adriana Lima.
No, he went out. Got tore up.
Right. So basically, he pulled a no call, no show.
No call, no show. Major League Baseball player. He was scheduled to pitch that day.
Yeah.
So that's extra bad.
Yeah.
So it's almost like now, what did they do? They suspended him.
Yeah, they suspended him for 3 days for violating team rules.
3 days. So for a pitcher, that's probably not even one game.
And they brought up a dude from AAA to pitch that game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So he did miss out on pay for the week. So what do they do now? What to do with Matt Harvey, if anything? Do you think the suspension, docking, and pay was enough? Because as far as I understand, this isn't the first time that this has happened, right?
It's not the first time that this has happened. Yeah,
right.
He's done this before.
His performance after returning from the suspension.
Horrible. It was
maybe
horrible.
He has to go back to AAA.
Right.
59 pitches were for strikes out of 106. That's just, that's not the good kind of balling. Like,
yeah, he gave up 5 runs in 5 innings.
3 home runs.
Yeah.
That's a high for him to.
Maybe he was still drunk. Just a joke. Just jokes.
I'm going to say.
Just jokes.
Maybe he got drunk that day. Who knows?
Maybe he did. Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. Vodka cuff the edge.
He's not over Adriana. I wouldn't be over her either.
Yeah, but with this game last week, that was his 3rd start in a row with 5+ earned runs. So he's just been.
Yeah. I was actually kind of jealous of them last season with having Matt Harvey. He had a pretty good season last year. The Mets as a whole had a pretty good season. But he used to be on the Orioles, correct?
Matt Harvey?
No, I'm thinking of Jake Arrieta.
Yeah, you're talking about Arrieta and the Cubs.
Yeah, not Matt Harvey, right? The Dark Knight.
Yeah, but I mean, he did. He had a pretty good career up until about last year. This guy was in the runnings for the Cy Young in 2013.
Right.
They had a lot of hopes for Matt Harvey, and they really need him right now because, my man Thor, he's out with injury. Noah Syndergaard. Which is another one of their starting pitchers. So, the Mets really need him to pull it together to help fill that Syndergaard void. And, to be honest, I don't think he's been the same since he had Tommy John surgery last year.
Yeah.
He's been struggling with a little bit of consistency and control with his pitches. He's just been having a hard time. Just in the month of May alone, he's only pitched 10 innings and he has 11 earned runs off the 10 innings. So, I think a trip down to the AAA is going to be the only option because at this point, when you're pitching like crap and you're also bat shit crazy, it's going to be hard to shop you. Who's going to want to take you? You know what I'm saying? Maybe San Diego Padres will take him because they sure need a pitcher. I don't know. But
his next start is Wednesday, scheduled start.
Is it?
is Wednesday against the Diamondbacks, who have a pretty good bat right now. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I don't think anything's going to get better for him.
We have to keep an eye on that for Wednesday. See how he makes out. But you know, I just really feel like God, the Mets are in such a tight spot right now because I mean they are injury plagued, and then this bit of dramatics just really doesn't help things. I don't even know if Giannis Cespedes is back yet. You know, and like I said, you know, Syndergaard is down, and Jacob deGrom really hasn't been pitching stellar either. So, you know, they just have a lot of pieces that they need to pick up and try to mend and put together.
Yep.
All right. So, you guys don't go anywhere. We're about to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have the Real on Wrestling with Mark Foster and a little bit of MMA talk with
some
James.
MMA, some boxing.
And of course, I keep saying we're going to talk about this Preakness. We're going to get to it. I promise you guys. Don't go anywhere.
NBA updates. Chimon.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do. Tell the world I see with an emoji to stop the bullies.
Know someone who's being bullied online? Send the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more about the witness emoji at iWitnessBullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This flashback from It Is What It Is radio show.
Paul he was chilling, he was doing his thing. Y'all, you feel me? Love y'all family, you know what I'm saying? And like for him to be taken away from you, snatched away from you just like that. You feel me? It's like damn. Another good one gone. You know what I'm saying? Like why you taking the good? You know what I'm saying?
You always end up asking like why?
And that's like again, it's a lesson that it's a test of faith. You feel me? Gonna take you through these tests. You feel me? You're gonna go through these little phases in life, yo. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you just gotta recognize that one, it's the adversary trying to knock you off your pivot, and then it's God trying to teach you something.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside. When we left off, we were talking about, we kind of closed up the whole Major League Baseball talk. We discussed Matt Harvey. We discussed our candidates for NL MVP. We're going to switch gears a little bit here. We're going to jump into one of my favorite segments of the day, the Real on Wrestling with my man, Mark Foster. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of just chugging away to the next pay-per-view. Raw has, or SmackDown has Backlash coming up this week, but I think the biggest news in wrestling this week was retired wrestler Daniel Bryan and his wife Brie Bella welcomed their first child in the world, a daughter named Birdie. So big congratulations.
Like
Birdie.
a bird?
Yeah, Birdie.
Okay.
Big congratulations to them. Wow, someone doesn't like kids.
Eric, that was great, yo. That was awesome.
Congratulations to them. They're both on that Total Divas, Total Bellas show, so I'm sure that's all documented, and next year we'll get to watch that as it folded out. But yeah, they had the baby, I think, Friday. This weekend is the Backlash pay-per-view, like I said, and one of the best parts of the weekend whenever they do this is Saturday is going to be the Developmental League NXT. They have a takeover show. It's live at the same arena the night before in Chicago. They've lost a lot of talent to the main roster, so it's interesting to see what they're going to do with the people that they have now. The champion is Bobby Roode. He used to be TNA Wrestling. He used to be champion there. He is facing against Hideo Itami. He's a Japanese dude. He went by Kenta in Japan, and he was incredibly famous in Japan. And he decided to come to WWE, and he's been there probably 2 years now, and he's had 2 serious injuries, so he hasn't really been able to make the best of his time. But now he's been back a couple months, and he's got himself in the title picture, and I just hope he stays healthy, because he is a hell of a talent. He's the kind of guy that when you see him, you know you're going to get a good show. So that's my big hope for the weekend. I know coming up in a couple weeks here, June 2nd, WWE's going to be here in Baltimore, Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
Nice.
They're going to have a #1 contenders match between like a 5-way match to see who goes against Brock Lesnar at the pay-per-view after that for the Universal Championship.
You said that's next week?
June 2nd.
June 2nd. Yeah.
We might have to try to get up in there.
Yeah. I'd really like to try to go.
All right, let's work on that.
But yeah, it's pretty exciting time, especially when they come to town. If you've never been to a show, if you're a casual fan, whatever, go check it out. It's a good time.
MMA wise, we've got John Jones, Daniel Cormier 2 was just announced, and it's funny. So it's been announced for UFC to headline UFC 214 in Anaheim, California. Dana White is just sick of getting burned by John Jones, so he's bringing in a backup already. This guy named Jimmy Manuwa. They're scheduling him to have a fight, but haven't scheduled an opponent for him. So I guess he can train and get ready just in case, coke binge. Coke binge John Jones might do something. Right.
Hit and run of a pregnant lady. Who knows?
Left the weed in the car.
But this is my thing about Dana White. Dana White is completely BS, because when John Jones got suspended for the
hit and run.
Well, no.
Oh, you mean for the last time, for the substance abuse?
Substance abuse. Okay, so he was supposedly to be suspended for like a year or whatever. And during this whole entire time, he was saying that how, whenever he does come back, if he does come back, he will not be a headliner.
Right. You can't say no to money. They weren't.
Yeah, but that's what I'm just saying. He's the biggest hypocrite.
Right.
Dana White doesn't care.
It was a lot of negotiations and a lot of back and forth. He was actually supposed to have a warm-up fight before this, but can't say no to that money, man. I was expecting him to have some kind of warm-up fight to come right back in and to fight the world's best. That's a lot. He's only had one fight in the past 2-3 years. That was supposed to be a warm-up fight.
He's a name. Dana White's going to book him, and he knows he's going to get a pay-per-view buys.
They're kind of struggling, grasping for straws right now.
I do believe that Cormier's sole loss is
his only loss is from John Jones. So it's going to be interesting.
So John Jones knows how to handle him.
Would ring rust be involved? Is he still going to be able to keep his technique? Because that's the thing about John Jones. He's not a power puncher. His technique, he chokes out jiu-jitsu guys, and he beats up Muay Thai guys. So we also had UFC 211 over the weekend. Stipe Miocic and Junior Dos Santos fought for the heavyweight title. This is their second fight. The first one was won by Junior Dos Santos. Split decision, 5-round fight. Stipe Miocic recently became the heavyweight champion. He's from Cleveland. He actually TKO'd Junior Dos Santos, which was a big deal because this guy, Junior Dos Santos, is like one of the most dangerous guys in the world with the hands.
Not just TKO, 222 in the first round.
At first round TKO, like beat him. He didn't go down, but beat him so bad the ref had to jump in. And Junior Dos Santos was very upset. He even cried after it because heavyweight division is always like fights can turn on a dime. And that's pretty much what happened. He felt like things were going his way, got caught with one punch, which leads to multiple punches. You start not defending yourself, and then the ref had to step in. Another fight, Joanna Jędrzejczyk from Poland. She is the 115-pound champion. And honestly, she fought Jessica Andrade, who usually fights in the 135-pound division. So she dropped 2 weight classes. She is a grappling specialist from Brazil. And honestly, I was expecting Joanna to be tossed around a little bit in this fight. She did slam her a few times, but every time she was able to get right back up. And Joanna is an old Muay Thai champion, so she was able to get back into her pocket, and she just lit Jessica Andrade up with kicks and punches. The fight went all 5 rounds, but a unanimous decision. Now people such as myself and the MMA media, they're actually calling for Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Her last name is so difficult to pronounce, people just call her Joanna Champion, but they're expecting her to rise a few spots now in the pound-for-pound rankings. So that's going to be interesting to see. Damian Maia took out Jorge Masvidal, and Frankie Edgar, and an old-time guy, ex-lightweight champion, defeated Yair Rodriguez. Damian Maia, I think, may be next up for a title shot. So for Tyron Woodley in the welterweight division. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
Cool.
Yep. Cool. And also Dana White has set a negotiation deadline, which was this weekend, for the Mayweather and McGregor fight.
Just about to bring that. We had some recent developments on the Mayweather-McGregor drama.
Right. Drama is right. Because
you guys want to fill me in?
Yeah, so much involves. Okay, so Dana White's plan was to talk to McGregor this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think we have heard what has happened, but that was his plan, right?
Yeah, he confirmed today that he finalized the deal with McGregor for the fight. So I guess it's funny because like they announced that they have this deal finalized, but that's just the McGregor.
That's just that side.
So I guess UFC is going to be representing him, and as far as that goes, Dana White now plans on speaking with the Mayweather camp next week to get things going on that side. So he's still realistic in saying there's a long way to go, but they have McGregor locked down. Finally.
As far as money goes, but then when you go talk to the Mayweather side, who likes to promote his own fights, coming as a fight promoter to him, there's going to be so much to be worked out, because then it's like, okay, is this going to be a boxing? Clearly it's going to be a boxing match, but is this going to be a boxing event or an MMA event? If it's an MMA event sponsored by the UFC, they're clearly going to have the cage in there. So then it's like, are you going to break down the cage and bring the ring out?
Exactly. It would be interesting to see if they could like co-promote an event, have some boxing, have some UFC. But logistics of that,
it'd be crazy.
It doesn't seem like it could happen.
Right. I honestly don't have too much faith in something like this happening because of logistics like that, but it would be interesting, especially with Conor McGregor talking so much trash. He becomes the featherweight champion, becomes the lightweight champion, the first person to hold 2 belts simultaneously in the UFC. With all of these great athletes that we've seen, Conor McGregor is the first person to do that.
But what is this that I'm hearing about him demanding $100 million for
Right.
a fight, though. I mean,
He-
is that feasible?
No,
I mean, for
no.
you guys, like, I mean, I don't know.
He may end up making upwards of 50 million, maybe plus. But McGregor's idea clearly is to make as much money as he can, and then get out of the fighting game.
Yeah.
I mean, he just had a child, so that R word retirement is probably creeping into his mind now. He's achieved his goals, but he hasn't defended a title yet in the UFC. He's won his belts and he moves on.
Speaking of defending titles, if I can go back to Stipe Miocic real quick. He successfully defended the UFC heavyweight championship twice now.
Right.
And that's actually in rare company.
It's really good. We mentioned how the heavyweight division is so crazy because these guys are so heavy-handed, but
yeah, the only people that have successfully defended the heavyweight title twice consecutively without losing it, Brock Lesnar, Cain Velasquez, Randy Couture. Who else we got here?
It's
We
good
have,
company.
Tim Sylvia. So if he can manage to successfully defend it a third time, that makes history.
That's the record.
only one.
And it's crazy because in some of these other divisions, it's like 10. Anderson Silva held the middleweight belt for, I think, 7 years.
Yeah.
So that goes to show how dangerous the heavyweight division actually is and how tough it is to hold on to that belt. Yeah. But tell us what you think, guys, with this McGregor-Mayweather fight. Do we see it happening? Do we see it, if so, anytime during our lifetimes, anytime in the next 2 years? Mayweather retired as a boxer, so he doesn't have much time left athletically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to also know if y'all think McGregor is worth $100 million.
As a boxer,
As a boxer,
I don't know. It's difficult because boxing is a part of mixed martial arts, but the actually sweet science of boxing there's a lot to learn there. It's more than just punches. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to absolutely just be schooled by Mayweather. I'm a huge Mayweather fan.
The one time that McGregor did go down, though, didn't
Nate
he get
Diaz.
boxed up?
Nate Diaz is no. Hey, give me
Didn't he
some.
get boxed up a little bit? Yeah.
Nate Diaz is known as a boxer type.
Yeah, right. I remember that.
A boxer and a jiu-jitsu guy. And he knocked him down. When he went down, he tried to take Nate Diaz down, who's a black belt. I think McGregor is like a blue belt, which is the second rank in jiu-jitsu. So that was crazy. He's like, oh, you're going to take me down? He ended up jiu-jitsuing him up and got the rear naked choke. But yeah. His one loss in the UFC is by a quote-unquote boxer. But Nate Diaz is so much taller and so much bigger than McGregor. It's going to be interesting to see what a guy like Mayweather is going to do. Personally, I think it's going to go the same way of all Mayweather fights. Everybody thinks they're going to be all exciting. He's going to make it boring. He's going to figure him out. And he's going to turn it into a one-sided, boring fight, just like he does with everybody else.
Nice.
I think McGregor will be more aggressive than anyone Mayweather's faced, though.
Right. But with a counter puncher like how Mayweather is, that's kind of the type of guy that he looks for. But that straight left of McGregor is so dangerous, man. That's why I really want to see it. Don't have a whole lot of faith in it happening, but I do want to see that fight.
Well, we certainly hope that they get it done. You guys sit tight. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get down and dirty. We're going to talk horse racing. We're going to talk intentional fouls, Zaza Pachulia. And we're going to talk about we'll give you some updates on the Wizards game. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Just a bit outside.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait, Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right. Welcome, welcome back, you guys. When we left off, we were just talking. We did our wrestling and MMA segment. Pretty much wrapped that up. Now we want to take a few minutes to talk about one of the biggest events in Maryland and in the city of Baltimore every year, which is the Preakness Stakes. Mm-hmm. And this year is the 142nd Preakness Stakes at the Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, Maryland. Like I said,
the second oldest horse race.
Yep. This is a big deal to the city of Baltimore because it brings a lot of attention to. Brings a lot of attention. Thank you, James. Brings a lot of attention to the city. It also brings a lot of money, economic stimulation. And whatnot, and it's just something cool, really something outside of the box with the horse racing. It's the second leg of the Triple Crown. It's about 9.5 furlongs, which is I believe a little less than 1 1/4 miles. So it's a little bit longer than the Kentucky Derby. It's also known for being the race for Black Eyed Susan, which is the state flower.
State flower for Maryland. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's a drink.
It's a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kentucky
forget
Derby, they have their mint juleps, and at the Preakness, they have their black-eyed Susans.
Nice.
Dunkin' Donuts even has a black-eyed Susan donut now.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Cool.
I bet everybody's capitalizing off this event this weekend. Yeah. So when the winner gets the black-eyed Susan flower blanket placed on the back, so that's like one of the signature things for the race. Also, the purse is $1.5 million. So it's up there.
Not a bad little piece of pocket change right there.
Yeah. There are a couple of storylines that are kind of swirling around with this year's Preakness. Most importantly, well, not most importantly, but one of the biggest ones is the favorite of the Kentucky Derby, the horse that didn't even want to run.
Right.
And
so because it was it was muddy, it was bad.
Right.
Still like 20 horses or something ran.
Yeah.
But the favorite, which is owned by the Sheikh of Dubai, came out, saw the mud, and was like, "Oh hell no!" So now, because of those results, the favorite is the winner of the Kentucky Derby,
Exactly.
Always Dreaming right now.
Right.
And it's good to note, you kind of alluded to it, but the races get longer as they go. So.
And the Kentucky Derby is kind of like a jam-packed race. As James said, there were 20 horses. It might have been 19 since that last one just didn't want to run. But for Pimlico, for the Preakness, they slimmed it down a little bit. 14 horses. So they got a little bit more room to maneuver and whatnot. And another one of the big headlines is the amount of rest that some of these horses have gotten before this race. I believe just about half of them didn't even run in the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
So these horses are going off a 6 to 8 weeks rest. So that'll be a bit of a challenge for Always Dreaming. What do you think, Mark? You think that we're going to get a repeat?
The Triple Crown?
Well, a repeat winner.
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
I think Always Dreaming's going to win it. I mentioned last week the horse racing prognosticator, I guess, that I saw on TV. He was saying that one thing that really impressed him about Always Dreaming was that for every marker, he kept his pace pretty much even,
right?
Which is very rare for horses to do. Usually they have some give and take, waxing and waning, and he didn't see it in Always Dreaming, and I think that's going to carry him through possibly even another Triple Crown. Horse, if he can do it, if he can keep that progress up.
Yeah, Always Dreaming has won 4 in a row, and those 4 wins were by. And this is a combined. This is total with all the races, all 4 races that I'm speaking of. He won them by 23.25 lengths. So,
wow.
Right, I was about to say now. So if you, and me being the math person that I am, if you divide that by 4, you want to get the average. I mean, that's about an average of 6 horse lengths. So that's a nice. That's a nice sizable lead. And as we were speaking, as the races get longer, you have a horse that can have that sizable type lead. They might be able to very well, handle it as the track gets longer and longer.
Right, and there are a few horses that Always Dreaming has already beat. Not in the Kentucky Derby, Classic Empire. So. Yeah. Me personally, I don't think Always Dreaming is gonna do a back-to-back. I'm a big thing on rest, and there are a couple of horses out there that could really steal this prize. Conquest Mo Money, Multiplier,
cloud computing. Let's be on the lookout for those horses because they've had about 6 weeks worth of rest and they're ready to run. So hopefully the conditions will cooperate with the city of Baltimore.
I thought
and
you were
Pimlico.
confusing me and throwing out accounting terms there. But no, that's actually the names of these horses: Multiplier, Cloud Computing, Conquest, Mo Money.
Yeah.
Senior investment.
Right. Senior investment, Term of Act, hence Guinevere, Looking at Lee, Classic Empire. Might as well just name them.
So Mark's down with Always Dreaming. I'm gonna go with Conquest Mo Money.
I gotta go with Cloud Computing because of my technology background.
All right, well we'll see what pops off this weekend.
Now, are you going for those horses because of the rest, or are you going it for the? Are you gonna be making a wager? Your horse is 15-1. Yours is 20-1.
Right.
Oh Lord. Oh.
Right.
Let's talk about that offline. Y'all don't go anywhere. Yeah, we'll be right back. We're gonna talk about the NBA. All right, stick around.
Holla.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Mira Batra.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Just a Bit Outside with Kescia, James, and Mark. Just going to give a couple quick shout-outs here. Johnny Christensen, Latrice Fellows, Jeffrey Fuller, Nina Van Wright. Thanks for the support, guys. Remember, 3 different ways to watch us. Either follow Kescia, Mark, or myself on Facebook as we post our go-lives. You can follow our page, Just a Bit Outside, on Facebook as we go live. You have YouTube. The YouTube channel is called Be Exposed Radio. And then, of course, the show is Just a Bit Outside, or BeExposedRadio.com, and then Just a Bit Outside. You can call us at any time, 410-702-5657, or join our chat and let us know what's on your mind, guys.
And if you are listening, share the link, share the video.
Even if you don't like sports.
Yeah, just share it.
Somebody might come across it and like it, you know? We kind of have a little bit of personality.
NBA updates, Mark.
Halftime, the Wizards are up 55-53.
Nice. 55-53 at halftime. All right, let's bring it home, boys. Down with Mark's predictions.
Didn't we finish the horse
Down with Mark's predictions.
I'm still on Preakness. Man, giddy up.
You know, those horses, and we do this every time we go to Pimlico. When we were there on Saturday, they are beautiful, man.
Yeah.
When people call people thoroughbreds, it's like you don't realize that is real. Those horses are so muscular and beautiful and graceful compared to, you already think a horse is already muscular, beautiful, and graceful. But these thoroughbreds just take it to another level.
Yeah.
Someone's got a crush.
I fell in love with a horse.
All right, we'll talk about crushing. Let's talk about this dirty intentional foul. I'm calling it dirty intentional. I don't know about you guys.
Pachulia, he's known for doing that. So just kind of explain what happened.
Yeah, game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs. First half, San Antonio Spurs was handling business.
Yeah, 25-point lead.
25-point lead at the half in Golden State.
Yeah.
So halftime comes along. They come back out. About 4 minutes into the third quarter, my man Kawhi Leonard goes up for a shot. And as he goes up, Zaza Pachulia, which is the center for the Golden State Warriors, pretty much slides up under him and kind of undercuts him as he was coming down.
Takes a step and then an extra step. And if you play basketball, you know about this. If you've been following the NBA for the past 2 or 3 years, this has been an issue of allowing shooters to come down, not invading a shooter's space. And he tried to kind of turn it into a box-out kind of move, but I don't know, man. I just think, personally, I think it's a dirty play. Kawhi Leonard came down on Zaza Pachulia's foot, twisted his ankle. He's already injured. He already had an ankle injury. He re-aggravated that ankle injury, I think during practice or something like that. And then gets taken out of the game by Pachulia, and the Warriors come back and win.
And Kawhi, he said, he doesn't think it was intentional.
Of course not. He's a class act.
Exactly. And and apparently he was apologized to today. I'm not sure. I just read the headline. But Greg Popovich, he was not taking any of that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't believe. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't have either.
He went off on the report. I mean, not on the reporters, but he went off on the situation. It made me think of Manny Machado when he went off on the whole Boston situation.
With the F-bombs.
He
just laced with beeps.
Popovich was pissed.
Yeah, rightfully so.
And like you said, he's known for doing it, and that's something that Popovich brought up. And do you think a suspension's in line? Do you think the NBA will go that far?
No, I don't think they're going to go that far, because that's one of those things that can be seen as unintentional. Even though
it wasn't dramatic enough.
If you follow the game, if you play basketball, you know about that move. You know about sticking your feet under people to make them trip and fall. People do it. I've had it done to me before. So it happens.
So I want to read exactly what Popovich said.
Please do.
He was asked by the reporters whether he thought Pachulia intended to injure Leonard. This is crap, he replied, and because Pachulia has got this history, it can't be. This was inadvertent. He didn't have to. He didn't have intent. Who gives a damn what his intent was? Have you heard of manslaughter? You still go to jail. I think when you're texting and you end up killing somebody, but may not have intended to do that. All I care is what I saw. All I care about is what happened. And the history there exasperates the whole situation and makes me very, very angry.
Yeah, I could see that. It made me angry. And honestly, between the Spurs and the Warriors, it's like the team I hate or the team I hate more. But trying to be as objective as possible. And trying to remove myself as a fan of either team, it did look like it was intentional to me. Honest opinion. What did you think?
Oh, I think it was intentional.
I think it was intentional too, and you know, no pun intended, but to add insult to injury, the Warriors.
You just
yeah, no, I did it. Okay.
I'm not gonna mean to run another pun, but I'm gonna throw a pun at you. But I'm sorry, that not to add insult to injury, but
the Warriors went on an 18-point run.
Right.
The second that Kawhi Leonard stepped off the court.
It was coincidental.
So, you know, you lose your best player on your team.
Right.
You lose your
MVP
huge
candidate.
comfortable lead. And, you know, ultimately end up losing the game by 2 points, which is just, I mean, that's just, I mean, I can understand why Pop is frustrated. You know, I just wish that there was something, you know, the NBA is going to do something about this, because you can really injure somebody with that move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're not just talking about an ankle sprain. You could break somebody's ankle.
Yeah.
You know, somebody could land the wrong way and something could happen with their knee. I mean, it's just something that, you know, I think that the NBA needs to address in the offseason.
I hope they will. I hope they'll change it, and I hope it becomes a flagrant foul in the offseason. Another change I'd like to see are these players whining and crying about every play. Last season, the refs weren't giving them a chance at all, and they were handing out texts for that. I'd like to see that brought back.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like, you know, this season in particular, I don't think I have watched one game where a foul was called and it wasn't, like, disputed.
Right.
And
then you go back and then they replay it and the guy's smacking the guy upside the head and it's like, come on, man.
It's like as soon as you hear the whistle, it's like innate in the players to be like.
Right. And, you know, we always want to throw out this role model thing. You're the example for the kids. So then they learn that this is the way. You argue every play, but that is not the way.
What happened to the civil days when they would just raise their hand?
Raise your hand.
I did it.
Just raise your hand.
Right.
Even though you disagree.
I do see that every once in a while.
Even though you disagree, raise your hand. Shut up. Let the game continue. Get out of the ref's face. I want to see them issuing texts more.
Why we're even talking about this. I mean, I know why we're talking about it, but I don't understand why. Because never in the history of the game has a call been changed after a player spoke to a referee.
Right.
So it's like, seriously, no point in doing that.
Right. He's not going to change his mind.
Right.
Sometimes if a ref calls something he may not have had a clear view of, another ref might come in and then they'll conference.
But
I've never seen a foul uncalled on a player. Never.
Right.
Never seen it.
Right. But to circle that thing back to Kawhi Leonard, I believe he was supposed to get an MRI today.
Good.
So everybody will, I guess, be on pins and needles to see what the outcome of that is. I mean, Kawhi, I certainly hope that you are okay and able to come back with a vengeance, because, dog, that was some dirty business. I'm got your back on that one. That was dirty.
They've already said he's not going to play in Game 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Which makes you wonder how much of a blowout that might be.
Ouchie.
It's that bad.
Ouchie.
Speaking of Kawhi, well, really quick, the second half has started. Wizards are up by 2, 57-55. But speaking of Kawhi, what's up with this MVP race, guys? We had one of our front runners just absolutely disappear and collapse on his team in James Harden.
10 points.
Yeah.
Man.
2 for 11. Not only the fact that he only made 2 shots, but he only took 11 during that game.
Two of their starters were 50% on shooting. The rest of them were like 2 of 11, 2 of 9. The team was 22.9 or something like that for field goal shooting. It's ridiculous.
It's like 30-something points that they lost by. I almost want to say 39, 37, something like that.
114-75, something like that.
Yeah, it was ugly.
It was ridiculous.
And, you know, the thing with me, I mean, with James Harden, it wasn't necessarily the stats, because, you know, you have good games and you have bad games.
Right. But it was the effort.
Right. I was about to say, just watching him play. Like he looked seriously disconnected to whatever the hell was going on on the floor.
Like he had something else going on or something.
You know, it was just really bizarre. To watch. Like I think somebody like made a comment like or made a joke like, is he on drugs or something out there?
Yeah, I think Stephen A. said something like that.
Yeah. He just really looked out of it and like I don't know, maybe.
Hey, I know my allergies.
I don't even
are going
know.
haywire. Maybe he had some seasonal allergies going on.
I don't know. Maybe the Allegra was kicking in or something. I don't know. But does that change anything as far as his standings in the MVP race? Because what we can say about the front runner for the season, Russell Westbrook, is that his team didn't even make it that far.
And they lost to James Harden.
And they lost to the Rockets.
Which, if you look at the season, it's going to be Harden and Westbrook. Like, those are going to be your two front runners, period. Harden's team.
One guy goes out in the first round, and the other guy just absolutely quits on his team in an elimination game.
Right. So to me, you got to drop him off, man.
Steps John Wall.
Right.
What do you guys think about that?
You know, we spoke a little bit about it earlier. He hit that game winner to force Game 7, and to be honest with you, I have to, you know, I'm shouting out John Wall because he got the job done, but I have to shout out Scotty Brooks on that call. Man, that was some gutsy stuff because at that point, I believe the Wizards as a whole, this is everybody. I'm throwing Bradley Beal in that pot too. I believe from 3-point line, they were like 2 for 21.
Yep.
At that point.
Down 3.
Jimmy and I were watching this game together. I was literally screaming, do not shoot the 3-pointer.
They didn't need it.
I was screaming. I'm like, you don't need it. Just tie the game
Since you're
up.
at home, you go for the traditionally, you're at home, you go for the tie, you play overtime. But it seemed like an option play because Brad Beal came around on a curl with his hands out to receive the ball, but John Wall just took that dribble up to the line and knocked down that three-pointer.
In the face.
He's really emerging as one of the top guards. Really emerging as one of the top guards in the league this year.
So you talking about a team that could not get it done the whole entire game from the 3-point line, comes up, shoots the 3, and wins the game, forcing a Game 7 to keep your team alive. And it looks like y'all might even move on to the finals. You know, to me, you've got to insert John Wall into this front running spot. You know what I mean? I just kind of want to substitute John Wall for James Harden. Mark, do you agree with me, or am I just talking
You think he moves all the way to second now?
Yes, I do personally.
If you had to vote, who would you vote for?
I think I'm gonna stick with the regular season performance and go James Harden.
Okay.
Westbrook, obviously, with the triple-double record, it's a strong case for him. I would still vote for James Harden.
Yeah, I'm still going with Westbrook.
Me too. I can't go.
Those triple doubles, the way he led his team throughout the year.
It's like I feel like a groupie, but I just can't.
He was really the best player on his team, and I think he was the best player in the league. But, you know, we say it's called MVP, not MOP. That's why the NCAA tournament, they say most outstanding player. But I still have to go with Russell Westbrook, even though he and James Harden did break records for the most turnovers. James Harden broke it first, and then Russell Westbrook. Did you guys know that?
No, I did not.
They both broke records for the most turnovers. Wow. Yep.
Yeah, so I guess we'll be on the lookout for that. I think we talked about it a little bit last week. They'll be announcing those winners and more at the NBA Awards that will be going down in June with your host, the Sixth God, Drake.
Quick update: 68-64 Wizards. About 7 minutes left in the third quarter, but that's gonna be really cool. The NBA Awards ceremony hosted by Drake. There hasn't been anything done like that before in professional sports. So to actually have a ceremony, it's gonna be cool to watch. Usually they like hand it out through the press and you hear it through the grapevine, and then somebody has a press conference about the MVP. But now we get to see all of the awards: defensive player, the all NBA first team, things like that.
What I've heard is it has to do with the new contract with TNT television.
A television contract.
So if this NBA awards goes well, do you think we'll see similar award shows with the NFL, with NHL, MLB?
Probably. It's a moneymaker, so everybody will follow suit.
Yeah, professional sports is all about copycat, man, especially when money's involved.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the NBA always seems to be the trailblazer when it comes to doing things differently within the league.
Yeah, they're not afraid to take chances.
Yeah, they're always innovative. They're always reinventing and keeping you interested. So I got to shout out. What's my man's name? Adam Silver.
Adam Silver, but David Stern held it down for all of those years.
He's carrying the torch very well.
He's carrying the torch.
Carrying the torch very well. But you guys, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll do our last little segment. Time flies so quickly, I swear to God. Don't go anywhere. Go Wizards!
Wiz kids.
Boo!
Mark wants to fight.
Check out this flashback. Our streets are not war zones, and our streets should not be treated as war zones. Now, we got a lot going on in our streets, and we can understand that. We do understand that, and we thank law enforcement and we thank communities for standing up against the things that are going on in their neighborhoods in the negative. But when you have a man broke down on the street, when you have someone in
who was asking for help,
right, asking for help, you got someone in your home, you have a caregiver that's actually complying with his hands out and he's laying down and he's still getting shot, then this is not law enforcement. No. This is brutality. This is not police brutality. This is brutality. I would not call these offenders of justice police, and we do want justice, and we will get justice, and dare I say, by any means necessary. You can catch me Thursdays from 8 to 10 on the Denasha Harrison Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait, Mom, what?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Do yourself a favor and listen to this hilarious flashback on Charm City Direct Radio Show.
you know me. I eat like this all the time. Do I gain any weight? No.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Right. Okay. Welcome back. We're going to make this last segment really quick because it looks like this game is going to be epic. They're tied up right now. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. They're tied 72-72. So, we're trying to hurry up, man, this so we can get home.
I was just going to say during the break, we were just talking about how we're trying to take our ass home as quickly as possible so we can watch this fourth quarter.
Go home, team.
You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, we're going to continue, like I said, earlier in the show, we're going to continue our Major League Baseball talk, and we're going to get into our predictions for the AL Cy Young. We're also going to talk a little bit about football because we've had a few developments this week that we didn't get a chance to get into. We want to talk about Colin Kaepernick. We want to talk about all of this weight that Eddie Lacy lost.
Right.
And a couple of other moves. Right. Shots fired. That's what we do. And a couple of other moves that have been going on. And also, we're going to get into some tennis. So make sure y'all tune in with us next week.
Tune in next week.
And I'm going to leave it to James to take us home.
Yeah, well, quick shout out to Sound Productions. You can follow him on Facebook, SOWND. Shout out to our boy Eric, our sound engineer, holding it down. Feel good story of the day, or I guess interesting story of the day. Adam Jones, kind of with everything going on, him starting the whole conversation in baseball. He's decided to donate $20,000 to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in Kansas City. The Orioles were just there over the weekend, so he stopped by, donated, and it's going to go to allowing free admission for children.
Awesome. Shout out to Adam Jones.
Adam Jones. Shout out to Adam
love
Jones.
You, man. We love you.
This is what we love seeing our professional athletes, our celebrities doing, taking a stand and trying to make a difference in your community and their community. Try to do something for these kids, because these kids are wild as hell.
All right, y'all. That's all we got. That's all we have for tonight. Just a bit outside. I am your host, Kescia. My main man, James. My main man, Mark. Baltimore, as always, spread love, yo.
And all my Hulkamaniacs out there, brother, train, say your prayers, and take your vitamins.
And you will never go wrong, baby.
Brother!
Simone!
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind